The word playoffs initiates a sense of anticipation, intrigue, and finality. For the athletes and teams competing in the X-League playoffs, it's been a moment they have waited for over 3 years due to the league's delayed debut due to COVID. While 8 teams began this journey in June, only 4 have advanced to the playoffs. Seattle, Austin, Atlanta, Chicago. Each were projected as a number 1 ranked team at various points in the regular season. However, no real dominant team emerged. Both playoff games would be rematches from the regular season. Austin was humbled by Atlanta's ground game, led by Jessica Salazar, an attacking defense.
It's in, Angel steps up, and this one it picked off.
This is exactly what we needed to make a playoff push. We just got to come together and go back to the basics.
In the Chicago versus Seattle matchup, it would be Chicago's turn to dethrone a number 1 ranked team in the Seattle Thunder. Chicago's surprising quarterback Stephanie Raymond shined in the moment, including late-game heroics.
Stephanie Raymond, as we know, she had a successful game against us. Her run game, pass game was, amazing. Defensively for me, I was not containing edge. That's something I'm taking on my backs. My teammates are taking on their backs. So we're excited. We've been putting in a lot of work. So I'm ready for this game.
First down, Raymond to the air, complete, first down, still on her feet. Touchdown, Chicago.
The first matchup would feature the Chicago Blitz versus the Seattle Thunder, a pair of quarterbacks with very different backgrounds, but very similar results on the field.
If we're in the right position where we're supposed to be, there's no stopping us.
We've got to beat Chicago. Chicago is right in our way to get to that X Cup. We made a lot of mistakes the first time we played them, but as a team for Seattle, we feel as if we play our best football, there's no one that can beat us.
While the attention centered around the high-profile quarterbacks, this game would ultimately be decided by who would truly take in the moment. Playoff Saturday would kick off with a regular season rematch as the undefeated Chicago Blitz would try to beat the Seattle Thunder for a second time in 2022. A prideful Seattle Thunder team was eager for the rematch. One of the league's top-rated passers in KK Matheny and its high-powered offense would have to wait as Chicago took possession first and wasted little time.
In one play, all it takes for the Blitz.
It was Chicago's offense that shined throughout most of the first half.
Drain powers in for the touchdown.
Seattle did respond in the first half with 2 Matheny touchdown passes to cut into Chicago's lead at 21-14. It was a halftime score not many anticipated, as Seattle was playing at its home arena and featured a star-studded lineup of explosive weapons.
Yes, ma'am. Don't let that shit eat you up. You do this shit. You do this. This is what you do. This is what you do.
You are beating yourselves again and again. There is zero push on the offensive line. They are using and abusing you like you ain't shit. How many more opportunities do you think we're gonna get? When the moment arises, champions take it and seize it. Runner-ups, let it pass by. So I suggest you leave everything you've got on that fucking field the next 20 fucking minutes. Because that's all I need. 20 minutes of hard-earned work.
The second half would continue with offense fireworks for both teams. Seattle's Dominic Malloy and Janetra Gleaves would score on the ground, while Matheny would throw her third touchdown of the game. With 2:58 remaining in the game, Seattle would score and take its only lead of the game at 33-27. Now all the pressure would fall on the shoulders of Stephanie Raymond, a position Raymond has become all too familiar with, having taken her offense down the field with a game-winning touchdown in the regular season versus Seattle. However, could Raymond show the same level of poise and clutch play under the pressure of a playoff game? Raymond and the Chicago offense would engineer a championship-like drive of 8 plays for 34 yards. With only seconds remaining in the game, Chicago would have time for one final play from the Seattle 8-yard line. As the play started to break down, Raymond relied on a trait that has led to success for her and the offense: improvisation. After Chicago's game-tying touchdown, the fate of Seattle and Chicago's 2022 season and the opportunity to move on to the X Cup would come down to an extra point play.
All they need is 1 point, and the Chicago Blitz are going to the X Cup.
Raymond with the keeper and across in Chicago, headed to Texas. The Blitz will be in the X Cup. What a game.
As Chicago celebrated their improbable win, the only mystery that remained would be who would face the undefeated Chicago Blitz in X Cup 2022. Much like Seattle and Chicago being led by their quarterbacks, so too are the Austin Sound with their veteran QB1 Michelle Angel and the Atlanta Empire's 19-year-old young gun Bailey Hodgins. Another wild card would be Austin's Chris Daniels, one of the game's best two-way athletes, missed the regular season matchup versus Atlanta and could prove to be the difference on this night.
Lopez back in, has her target picked off. Who else? Chris Daniels, another interception. Can she make it another pick six?
There's always going to be someone bigger than me. There's always going to be someone stronger, faster, smarter. But at the end of the day, I know I have the biggest heart on the field, and I'm going to put everything I have into each play.
You've been given what athletes dream about, another shot. About a week ago, you thought this was done. Well, you got your shot. So I'll leave you with that question again. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with it? Your decision.
Everybody is here and has given their blood, sweat, and tears. You've given your heart and soul, so why not give it your heart and soul when you go out there?
As the teams were introduced, there was definitely a deep sense of anticipation in the air. The Austin Sound's offense #1 rated passer Michelle Angel would be completely shut out in the first quarter.
Angel rolls out, goes across the grain, and this is intercepted. Here comes Atlanta the other way. Salazar to the 10-5, a touchdown Empire.
Angel's interception deep inside the Austin side of the field would result in Atlanta's 19-year-old phenom Bailey Hodgins stepping up in the moment.
Atlanta to the air, they go complete. Touchdown, Kayla Weller.
Much like any true competitor, Angel responded in the second quarter, throwing for 2 touchdown passes to Chris Daniels.
The 42, again to the air goes Angel, has a receiver, touchdown Austin.
Not only was Austin's offense finally hitting on all cylinders, its defense was in the face of Atlanta's 19-year-old untested QB1. At halftime, Austin would take a slight 24-22 lead.
We are not going to allow them to believe that they are better than what they are because we have allowed it. We have allowed it. You know the offense. Our calls work. We've had success. We've got our stops. We just have to follow the game plan.
In the second half, both defenses would tighten up.
Seizing on the momentum to take the lead, and they're going to try to take it all back here. Intercepted. Jolia Fazakai with the pick. Another high snap. Hodgins able to get this one, and Hodgins again wisely throws it away. Plays up and in short order. A fourth high snap. Ball on the ground. Hodgins can't locate it. Palmer with it. Palmer at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Austin. Whitney Palmer takes it in.
They say champions are made when everything is on the line. Heading into the fourth quarter, the season would be on the line and on the arm of Bailey Hodgins and the legs of Jessica Salazar. Atlanta's offense responded to the challenge, putting together a 6-play, 44-yard drive to regain the lead at 34-32 after Hodgins found Salazar for the go-ahead score.
Are you sure she's 19 and a rookie? She looks like a 10-year vet.
With nearly 2.5 minutes remaining and the game's most dangerous quarterback on the other side, the Austin offense would start their final drive of the game with their season on the line. However, once Angel and the Austin offense got to the red zone inside Atlanta's 10-yard line, Austin would implode. Despite all of Austin's mistakes, they would have one final shot, 4th and goal, from the Atlanta 14-yard line. With Austin's offensive weapons and Angel's arm, a walk-off touchdown was very much in play.
The ball game on the line, 4th down. Angel steps up, throws, and is incomplete.
The drop would not only end Austin's season, but their hopes of playing in the X Cup on their home field. For Atlanta, it had achieved one more of its goals, a playoff win, and the opportunity to advance to the X Cup 2022.